Alright, let's do the thing. Hello again. It's been a little while. It is November 4th today. Have you voted if you have early voting available? Or if you, like me, are in a state that does mail-in ballots? Because if not, you should do the vote thing. And if you're in a state where you have to vote on Tuesday, vote on Tuesday. And if you're not in the United States, I mean, then you probably do vote in your elections, because we have just ridiculously low turnout in this country. Anyway. Yeah, Tuesday. And, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, so, it's been a while because we finished Super Metroid last time. Overall thoughts on that game, I think pretty solid, still holds up. Some design decisions that don't necessarily lead to my personal favorite experience, but that I understand still why they were made. Some design decisions that are just a product of their time, and it sounds like it's been improved upon in successive generations of that title. Just little things like things being marked on the map, ease of use stuff. But overall, I think that game is very solid. I understand why, Metroidvania is a combination of these two, the genre is named after basically these two games, because they do a lot that's interesting. I'm trying to think if, personally, I think I slightly preferred Symphony of the Night, but I mean, that's also not fair because that's comparing games on very different generations of consoles and things. But they're both good.
Symphony of the Night is a Super Nintendo game punched up for.
Symphony of the Night, though, they had time to polish the heck out of that. They had a lot of experience and practice, and they got that real well polished. But there were also some things I found really frustrating about Symphony of the Night, so neither of them are perfect. But yeah, very solid. I feel like, sometimes we play games where the nostalgia does not hold up, but I think that one, I would say, is worth a play for people who have not played it. There's a reason why that one is a classic. Alright, yeah, good to see in chat. People are going to be voting. Yeah, I've heard about there's a lot of early voting records being broken. Here's to hoping that we have. Okay, I'm going to be super political here for a second. Here's to hoping that we have enough votes that the blatant cheating on the other side does not stop us from winning various elections. But anyway. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up the things that the governor of Georgia has done to suppress votes in his state. But anyway, plus was it Texas where some voting machines are just arbitrarily changing people's votes? Yeah. Not great, but that's why we need people to vote, because we need enough people to vote that there is an overwhelming majority and that it's obvious when cheating happens, and that we can get some election reforms in place before this happens again.
It's just as likely to benefit one faction
as the other. I don't know much of I don't know much about the details of the Texas one, other than the Republicans don't want to fix it, so I assume it benefits them. But anyway. Anyway, we're not gonna. I promise, politics done for now. Vote if you haven't already. And we're gonna play a completely non-political in any way game, Metal Gear Solid. So I know. Okay, so here's the basics. I know very very little about this going into. Here's my experience with the Metal Gear franchise. Uh, I have played the first 2 hours ish of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Yeah, there is a guy. He hides under a box. I know it's a stealth action game starring Solid Snake. I know there's a villain called Liquid Snake. I assume the two are somehow related. I know everything about, or almost everything about, the Psycho Mantis fight, because in game design circles, that's a thing that gets talked about a lot. So, that's hard to avoid. But I don't know much else about anything else in this game. Yeah, I know. I know that the narrative tends to go really off the rails in these games, but also takes itself very seriously. And I got the general tone of that from what I played of Snake Eater. So no, that is Snake Eater jet lag. That is in Snake Eater. There is a villain called the End. And one of the things you can do is if you just save and turn the console off for 2 weeks, he just dies of old age. Because he's old. But there's a bunch of real fun, weird little strategies you can do in that game. There's all kinds of shit like that. So yeah, yeah, that's true too, Buckster. There has been a history of um, I yeah, I'm now I'm thinking about it in 3 as well. In the part there's a history of some kind of sketchy sexism in these games. Um, there's a in the one I experienced personally was in first person mode, or so in Snake Eater. Um, there's a button you can press at any point in most cutscenes to actually just go into first person mode and see things from Snake's point of view. And when one of the early female characters is introduced, who has a blatantly unzipped leather jumpsuit where she's got huge cleavage, for not really any good reason. If you go into first person mode, he's just staring at her boobs constantly for the whole cutscene. So it's all right. And there was that one where there was a character who was basically naked, and the developers, the reason given is because she has to she breathes through her skin. That's her weird power, and so she can't wear clothes, which is yeah. But I don't know. Maybe that's not going to be a big thing in this story. This is, after all, the first Metal Gear Solid. Um, I did start it up yesterday just to, kick the tires on it, and played the first, VR tutorial type mission thing. Um, and it doesn't look like the graphics are gonna support a lot of, crazy, curvy ladies. Um, Although, saying that, there was that painting in Final Fantasy VI where they had, all of, maybe 20 pixels to represent, even less than that, 15 pixels to represent a painting of a woman, and they still used 2 pixels on her cleavage. Um,
How are you gonna know she's a woman?
the shape of a woman does not need to include the cleavage.
That
Uh, yeah, so, we'll see. We'll find out, I guess. I am also playing this on my actual legit, with my actual legit copy of this game. I got so this is a PlayStation 1 game, even though it has the PlayStation 2 box size and thing here, because it came as part of a 3-game box set that had this and Metal Gear Solid 2 and Snake Eater in it. So Snake Eater is the only one of those that I've actually tried, so we're going to play this one. And the emulator that I am using happens to let you just put discs in your disk drive and play those discs if it's a PlayStation disc. So we're going to try, legit playing this and see how it goes. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to switch over here. I'm going to run this. And we will see run CD-ROM. I don't know how I'm going to do the Psycho Mantis fight because I'm going to have to, I guess, reset the emulator to use
Or you could just beat him.
different input. Yeah, supposedly it's possible to actually beat him without doing the thing. I love this weird little, that weird little musical opening. This is like a good, that's a good tone setting little, like, 2 bars there. Tell me how the sound balance is. It seemed okay from what I could tell yesterday, but it's hard to test without, like, people in chat, so. There's also a whole, like, opening credit roll trailer type thing here, which I did not watch last time, because I figured maybe we want to watch it together. Involving, I have also been warned that the cutscenes in this game are very, very long.
The nuclear weapons disposal
And I should
facility on Shadow
careful
Moses
to
Island
not get caught in
in
one.
Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike.
I don't know
Stop
if I
them
can
if
turn it
they
up
do.
without messing with the volume
What's the insertion
balance.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can,
If I talk at a normal volume,
they're
how's
on
my
to swim.
relationship to the audio of the game? Is it reasonable? Should the game be louder, softer?
High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity.
Am I
Psycho
going to
Mantis,
see
with
this
his
when
powerful
I
psychic
run
abilities.
the game?
Sniper Wolf, a beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader.
I might end up seeing this again when I actually run the game, so I don't know if I should.
Codename is you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers
I don't know if
the
I should
whole
just
island.
start.
I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
I guess we'll see if the
Weapons
cutscenes are
equipment
skippable.
OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
I did hear that the game starts with scuba diving. That is the proper start of the game. Alright. Pixels as big as your house. Yeah, well. Alright, here we go. Tactical espionage action, Metal Gear Solid. Alright. Let's go with normal. Nope, it doesn't start with that cutscene. It's a good thing we watched it, because otherwise we wouldn't know that we are taking down members of our former unit and we have to rescue 2 hostages. I'm sure they'll tell us again. could have maybe done the tutorials and should have maybe done the tutorials, but I didn't. Except the first one, which was like, don't get caught by guards. So we'll sort of see.
Stay alert. It'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
Look at those camera angles. He's pretty beautiful. Is he the beautiful one?
Yes. Ocelot?
No. There was someone, Sniper Wolf, who was like literally described as beautiful in the opening.
This is Snake. Colonel, can
Oh.
you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator
It's
in the
much
back
less
is the
interesting
only way
then.
up.
Just as I expected.
Well, why
I'll
does she
take
have to be the
elevator
only
to
one
the
described
surface.
as beautiful?
But make sure nobody sees you.
Because she shot him.
If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it.
I got a good
Okay,
face mask
I'm ready to
going on
go.
there. Alright, we are in control. I saw in the other tutorial, I think if I press this button, I get on the ground, yeah, and I can crawl. I guess this is the snake part of my code name. Oh, that mini map is super useful too. Okay, there's no other camera control, so I can't. Oh, interesting. If I press the stick up, I do that thing. Oh shit, there's one coming this way. Thanks, mini map. No one else can hear it, he says. Jesus.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the
It's
ground.
very loud.
You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
Okay. Hey, I got a ration. What if I were to hide behind this? Interesting. So if I press the stick such that I move towards the wall and press myself up against it, it tries to auto move my camera angle so I can see around the wall, which is a nice touch. Is there a little like light beeping there on the ground? It's blinking.
What was that noise?
Oh, shit. I made a noise. See? Very good tutorial. It's like, hey, if you make noise, people will find you. They will be alerted. Nope. Ah, shit! I should have expected he would look behind the, Ah, fuck! Ah. Alright. I'm just gonna die. Alright. It seems to have trouble processing some sound effects.
What happened?
But
Snake! Snake!
that I was aware of too. Snake! Snake! It does stutter a little with certain sound effects, but alright. Can I hide underneath the, underneath that forklift? I feel like I'm being pretty loud, but I guess I must not be too loud. Avoid that water. Get the ration. Go on the elevator. I'm on the elevator. I don't know what the state save button is for the PSX emulator. I should probably look at that. You shouldn't just leave your shit here. People will know that you've been here. Like, people will be like, where did all this scuba gear come from? There must have been someone who scuba dived in. Oh man, look how young he is. And pixely. There was apparently a remade version of this. I do not believe this is the remake version. I believe this is the original.
They finally finished the credit roll?
No, it's just the opening titles. I feel like this elevator is a very unsubtle way to get to the top of this building, but... Am I Snake because I'm betraying them? Is that why I'm a snake? Is it because of my belly crawling? I mean, snakes are not super known for their stealthiness. They're a little
I'm
bit,
in front
but
of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't
Snakes?
slowed you down one bit.
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it.
I
It's
mean-
designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm
They're
grateful.
not the least
If it weren't for your
stealthy
suit
animal,
and your
but-
shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
when you
An
start talking about
anti-freezing
stealth,
peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see.
Is it
I'm relieved to hear
exercise?
that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
yeah, they're not going to hear me over that super loud helicopter. Yeah, they said we're in the Fox Islands in Alaska. Well, the terrorists came and took the place over. Like, they're not harboring them in, I mean, for a strict description. I guess? I don't know.
Pretty shitty
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious.
Can he
Well, I
see
know I
her?
won't be bored for the next 18
Because,
hours.
like, it doesn't
Come
imply
on.
that he can see her
I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous
when they
solid
described it.
snake.
But,
I'm
or is he just
surprised.
hitting on her based
You're
on her
very frank
voice?
for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake.
Yeah.
The red dots are your enemies.
got
and
that
the blue
much
cone
already.
shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Okay, get to the green dot, avoid the red dots, and their
Snake, your
vision
radar
cones.
isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll
Sure.
be monitoring your movements by radar, so
You didn't
contact
need
us
to.
by
You didn't
codec
need to
anytime
explain
you
that
want.
to me. You
Got
didn't
it.
need to justify
I'll
that to
call
me,
if I'm
game.
feeling lonely.
But if you want to,
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status.
so she's my save
My
point.
frequency is 140.96.
96.
It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
14096.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First,
Okay.
I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor.
Jesus.
By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
I mean, yeah, like, he's,
If you want to get in, there's the front door.
the amount of
it's the
flirting
fastest way,
going on
but there's
is
too much risk of being
somewhat
spotted by the
unprofessional
enemy.
here.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
Yeah, I don't know that either, Jetlag.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
Is this, we leave it to you how to get in kind of thing?
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Alright. I mean, that air duct sounds promising. Shit. Man, you do not get a lot of leeway on the edge of those, huh? Okay. So I got to be careful about. Man, the lack of ability to move my camera to look at where other things might be on the map is real rough. Okay, so I stay in this corner and then follow it out. Yeah, there we go. Patrol, dude. sound of my position change is quite loud.
A surveillance camera?
Oh, fuck. Can I just hide in this air vent? If this were Hitman, then people would know to be on the lookout for me at this point. Okay. Some rats.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
So many
Master,
characters.
what are you doing here?
Master.
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace
That
and
seems
quiet.
like a weird
I'm in
translation.
retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80. Those mice are Alaskan field mice. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. Wild field mice don't have a thick layer of fat, but they can still survive the bitter winters here without hibernating. They dig tunnels under the snow. That's where they stay warm.
Survival specialists, huh? I should learn from them.
But there's a dark side too. Sometimes the males will kill and eat offspring that's
I
not
mean,
their own.
field
To
mice
ensure
will
the survival
also,
of their own
like,
genes, right?
Yeah.
I
pretty
mean,
brilliant
mother field
program,
mice
huh?
will, and
If
rodents
there
of
are
most
mice,
kinds will just
that
eat
means
their
there
young
must
if there's
be
just
an
not
exit
enough food
somewhere.
around.
Follow the mice.
So, you know, that's not that weird. So, okay. So if I... Wow, I have to manually select the frequency, right? Oh shit. No, it's 140.89. Right? Oh. Might help if I was pressing the correct button. Shit. What was the save frequency? Guess I should have written it down. Okay. They do let you save it. It's 9.6.
Sorry, the Soliton radar won't work in a narrow space. Too much harmonic resonance. The radio waves produce...
Yeah, that's fine. Save is what I wanted there. Okay, complete.
Don't give up, Snake.
If this were Snake Eater, I could eat those mice. Snake Eater, they do the, oh shit, I gotta get out of this water real fast. It's probably sewer water. In Snake Eater, they take the whole survival thing very seriously, and you have to like keep feeding yourself. Like there's a hunger mechanic. I don't know if it's actually a hunger mechanic. I think it's just like your stamina, and you eat to restore your stamina, and you can just like harvest, like catch snakes from the jungle. And all right, let's look at what we got here. Anything interesting? No. All right. Good thing this duct only goes one way, or else I would get very lost. God, that is so loud. They tell me that I can't be heard, but...
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Okay, thanks. What's that little dot in the corner that doesn't have a cone? Oh, it's just the beginning of a, like a door or whatever. Okay, this is not very good for hiding behind. It's not very solid. I was gonna say, can I call them and ask about these doors?
Snake, use the elevator to move from floor to floor. To call the elevator, press the button on the nearby control panel by pressing the action button. The elevator should show up in no time.
Which one is the action button?
Snake, use the elevator to move from...
Okay, is this the action button? Let's get up. Okay. Shit! That's what I get for waiting for an elevator. Don't go down. Where am I trying to go? Basement? Okay, well, I guess I'll... I'll wander around a little. Oh, God, every 10 feet, I get a phone call.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Okay, I'll do my best. Alright, get the green dot. Is this the green dot? Oh yeah, that's the green dot. There's a fire extinguisher. Can I not interact with this panel here? Yay, groceries. Have I talked on this stream yet about the imperfect produce box I've been getting? I'm super happy with it. Are you gonna tell me to take the ladder? Because I was already planning to take the ladder.
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by
I
the
could
ladder.
probably have figured that out. Thank you. But yeah. Also, good morning, Ron. Yeah, so I've been getting this imperfect produce box, which has... Why does this ladder go up to the vent system? Why would you put a ladder that does that? Can I not look down through the thing there? Alright. I hope I don't get lost in here. Yeah, so the imperfect produce is like a service where you buy unsold farm vegetables that have like weird deformities, so like, you know, weird shaped cucumbers and tiny bell peppers and like oranges that have scratches on the peels and stuff, and like other stuff that they can't sell to stores. And so it's cheaper than buying it in the store, and you know, you help
Snake,
prevent
the
food
DARPA
waste,
chief's
and it
signal is
gets
coming from
delivered, so it's
somewhere
great.
in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
How do I do you? Okay. What's? Can I not? Oh shit. Is there? Okay, hang on.
Sorry, the Soliton radar won't work in a net.
So that's fine. Oops. Okay. Complete. Sorry.
Don't give up, Snake.
I have to crash this and double check my controller settings because I think I might have to I might not have my second stick enabled, so let me double check that. Oh god, just turn off. Where is it? The emulator I'm using has a system where if I forget to, or when I close it, I close the emulator, it just doesn't completely drop it. So I have to actually end it in order to get the sound to go away. Alright, let's try this again. Config. Gamepad. Port 1, pad 1. Okay, this is assuming like a PS1 controller, so there's no sticks. So should I pretend it's a DualShock? There we go.
Yes. You want to emulate a DualShock.
Okay, how do I set default? No. How do I set it though? Cancel? Config gamepad port 1, pad 1. DualShock. Yeah, so it has me on digital controller, which is not the same as DualShock. So how do I get this? There we go. That's up. It's right. This is this stick left. Come on, are you not reading that? Why are you not reading that? Oh, it has to. I see. It only responds to right and up. Okay. And then this is up. This is left. This is down. This is right. Sorry, folks. I know this is boring. This is press stick, I assume. This is that one. This is this one. This is that one. This is this one. Okay. Alright. So I'm configured for DualShock controller now. So hopefully now I can actually look around. Let's see what happens. That seemed like a bad sign. That thing that just popped up. Okay, but it's still responding to... No. Let's see if... Shit. I hope it's just menus where I can only use the the D-pad? Because it's not responding to the left analog stick anymore. Okay. Nope, it's just not responding to left analog. Dang it! Are you meant to only use these?
Look at the radar. It's picking.
What are the intended controls for
Look at
this
the
game?
radar.
Yeah.
It should be fully controllable without a DualShock.
Yeah, which means I should be able to just use the D-pad, I guess. But then what's first-person mode?
I believe you still use the D-pad to look around in first person.
Well, but it wouldn't let me before. Alright, I do not want to have to use the D-pad for movement. Alright. Is there really no way for me to do the controller thingy while it's running? I don't suppose I can just do it this way. Config, gamepad. Okay,
You didn't see a plugin setting for DualShock 4, did you?
well, I mean, I can map it to that. It's just, okay. And then, no, I think I have to restart it. Ah, dang it. Okay. Sorry, folks. I know this is annoying. Okay. Run CD-ROM. I just put them both on now, so... Okay. Okay, now I have control of up, but not down. Game. Emulator, what are you doing? Come on, you can do this. Pad 1. That's down, that's right. Fuck it, I'm going back to digital. Because I should be able to play it with that, right?
Yes. Should be playable.
I can do, I am not currently, set for Rumble, but I can configure Rumble if I want. Run the CD-ROM. Alright. One more time. You can do it. There we go. There we go. How am I doing now? Am I overlapping? I think I'm good. Alright. So I still have to figure out this is weird. Why is it it's registering up as up, but right as down?
Your axis calibration is way off. Does the emulator have a
No. But God damn it. Gamepad, port 1, pad 1. Joystick 1, down. Joystick 1, right. Joystick 1, left. Joystick 1, up. Oh, fucking. How's that? No, that's okay. Okay. At least we get to hear these little doo-doo sound in the beginning a bunch of times. Okay. Alright. Yeah, why is it still reading left as down? I don't understand. I'm just going to verify that this is happening when I'm actually in the game. Fuck, it is. How did that even happen? What is it even thinking? Alright. Config port 1, pad 1. Defaults. Yeah, it wants me to do a frickin' keyboard, which I'm not going to do. Up, left, right, no, down, right. Select, start, trigger, shoulder, triangle, circle, X, square. Okay. Oh yeah, how's Crusaders of the Lost Idols? Anybody on the chat, by the way, played Deltarune yet? I just finished that yesterday. I have mixed feelings about it. Okay. Okay, good. Well, guess we'll make sure that this can indeed be played without a DualShock. Oh shit, no, I didn't want to read a mission log. That's fine. They want the remains of the legendary soldier Big Boss. Presumably for genetic experiments? I assume I can't get into this one either. Wall. We're supposed to be playing Cities Skylines for the podcast right now, but I Um, I played it a bunch and it made me really want to play Minecraft. So I started up some Minecraft. Okay. So how do I look around in first person mode? That's item. Okay.
Is that a woman? Not.
Alright, so I guess I hold down, triangle to look around. Was that gonna tell me important things about who that woman was?
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them.
I mean, I literally
In that
was
case,
one of them.
Hurry
But-
up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch?
Wow, we are
I
not
thought this
being
place was
subtle,
just
huh?
for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have
We
access
should
to
talk
a missile.
quietly.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information.
Hey,
Okay?
Zybo.
We're conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros.
Like,
They're
why are we
all
not quieter?
handling and equipping weapons.
Why did we think that in the cell was a good
Shut
place
up in there, will ya?
to have this conversation?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course. There is a PAL. It's set
That's
up
a
so that you
meme, but
need
he
to
does
input two
not,
different
like,
passwords
he
in
does
order to
mostly
launch the
speak in
device.
normal
There are
sentences.
2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of ArmsTech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch.
Just
What?
tell me what it is. It'll be fine.
They found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho
No,
Mantis
I wrote it
read
down.
people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis.
One of the members of Foxhound. He has
Shouldn't I
psychic
know this?
powers.
Didn't I work for them?
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
No, I
Yes.
take it back. You're right.
You can stop the launch.
He does speak primarily in questions.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen,
I literally
you
saw
need
that
3
woman
card
there.
keys.
You would
There
think
are
that
3
Snake
different
would be a
slots
little
to
bit
put
better
them.
at
You need to
stealth.
insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door.
Why didn't they take that off
It's
him?
called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
Oh,
It
Jesus.
transmits
Okay.
data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium.
You could have just said it's a key card.
As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will
Did
open
RFID
automatically.
not exist?
Gotcha.
Did RFID not exist when this game was made?
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna
that's
kick you out of here.
unnecessarily complicated.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Psycho Mantis control.
Hey, what happened?
Psycho Mantis, I'm guessing. I don't actually know that. Or the shaman? One of them is supposedly a shaman.
Dead.
I feel like Vulcan Raven is the only one whose name I had not heard prior to that intro sequence.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but
A heart attack? No,
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Okay, well. Want to see if there's anything under the bed? Hey, look, there was a thing under the bed. Sounds like someone's being beaten the fuck up out there.
Don't move! So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance. That scared look in your eyes. They're rookies' eyes if I ever
Um,
saw them. You never shot a person, am I right?
I don't know if they've
You
talked
talk
about
too
Liquid Snake.
much.
I know that there is
haven't taken
Liquid.
the safety
I know
off
that
the
Liquid
rookie.
Snake is
I
a thing
told
that
you I'm
exists
no
because,
rookie.
You're not one of
like
them,
I've
are
heard
you?
the name before, but
Open that door.
it's
You
the
got a
first
card, don't
Metal
you?
Gear
Why?
Solid
So we
game.
can get the hell out of
There
here.
were previous Metal Gear
Looks
games.
like
I don't
the deal
know
was delayed.
What are you doing?
how they relate to this. Oh shit. They just straight up shoot me.
What's wrong? Snake!
I did not have a lot of time to react to that. Oh shit, does it actually make me... Oh, I should go back under the bed. Rations! That's why they call me Snake, 'cause I slither under things. Do I just have to charge right for them and punch them in the face?
What's wrong? Snake! Snake!
I did punch one in the face. I mean, I do have something to help me heal, but I don't think I have time to equip it there, and I don't think it would save me from being shot point blank with bullets. I mean...
You don't have any weapons yet?
No, I've got SIG, scope, ration, and ID card.
Because I thought I saw a SOCOM pickup.
Yeah, I mean, there are some pickups there, but as far as I know, they don't have anything that can help me. Oh, shit. I could try using rations. From here, I guess. That's my first person. That's my thing. How do I... It says I can eat it from the menu. But what's the menu?
Oh, yeah. Casual... Jellic points out that your life is very low right now.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out how to eat the rations, and I can't.
Oh.
It says pressing O while the menu is open, so that should be this, but this seems like punch. Okay, there we go.
Topped you right off, too.
That's the menu in question. Alright. Can I save here so I don't have to let her...
The DARPA chief. Poor man.
Yeah. I have full life for this fight, so... That's not the button I wanted to press at all. Get up, Snake! For God's sake. That was the worst. That was the worst, Snake! You're the worst. I can, but it doesn't make a difference. I can and did, actually. Okay, do I have to shoot them? If I have a gun, I don't know if I can equip it fast enough. Was it?
Yeah, it comes up. It pops up. 25 shows an ammo.
Well, yeah, that's because I picked up an ammo box. That was a pickup.
I think it pauses.
Does it? I guess we'll find out.
No, I think it's the actual SOCOM.
I mean, I assume this is a tutorial where I have to pick up the gun and shoot these folks, but...
The DARPA chief. Poor man. He...
Okay. So, the goal is pick up the gun, equip the gun if I need to, and then shoot the folks? Okay. That does not... Okay, this is where I can...
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
person's butt is blurred out. How many of these folks do I have to deal with? What the fuck? Is this just gonna go forever until we, like, figure out? No. Okay. Jesus. Oh, interesting. If I have the rations equipped, they will auto-use in a death blow. Interesting.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
See, that's what I'm talking about. Why was that necessary?
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind. Now we'll never get that detonation code. Boss, I have a good idea.
2, he didn't know she was a woman. That was just the camera angle on her ass. I mean, the answer, Buckster, is every woman he's encountered so far.
Just like that.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
What did you expect? Wait, where's the naked person? Oh, I have to have the ID card equipped, probably? Yeah, it's controlled by, it's controlled by my body proximity and, like, sweat in my salt, but, you have to have it equipped in order for that to be the case. Anything under your bed? Nah, of course not. Since we got past that thing, let's save. So we don't have to do that again. There we go. Yeah, psychometric, you know. I probably could have done that better than I did, but I didn't. This is how well I did it, and this is how it goes. Alright.
Snake, listen to what Lo Chi said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
Thanks for that advice, I guess. Volume sir. Nope, that's the one. I'm gonna take a quick break. It's break time. We're gonna do a break. Buckster, you're assuming we're not going to blow up this entire facility at the end of this game. I kind of assume that's how the game has to end, is we just blow everything up. Because that's how games like this end, but maybe not. Maybe he goes home happily to his terrorist family. Maybe he gives up his life of terrorism. Who knows? The point is, quick break. We'll be back in a couple minutes, and we'll keep playing. BRB.